There's something off, and I don't know what's going on. I am like...
Welcome to Today I Work On, and my voice is still not great, but I'm going to try to get this video in. As you can see, we leveled off all of where you see it's kind of dark, and we have a little bit to go. So let's start working on leveling off the rest of the foundation.
We're getting a lot done. We're going to get some more done. It's a pretty boring task, but it's the most important task. Because the foundation is everything. I pushed, I think, the last of the #1 stone down. The rest of the stone I'll use for the garages over here. But we should be mostly done with this today, even with a big old lunch break and a bunch of other things going on with everything in life. A good foundation equals a good house. Down. Look at all this beautiful one laid nice and level. I just left that area open, like I said, so I could get the skid steer in and out. You can see, look at all this gravel. I've been compacting as we go around, so only building up like 2-3 inches, give or take, but it's looking good. I have that much one left, so I should have plenty for the garages and to finish this off. So I still have a pile there, I got piles there, and it's looking good. I'm standing on my foundation. We got most of the prep done. This thing is so level, it's crazy. It's off not even 1/8 of an inch. I can't wait to see their faces when Superior Walls comes. Their minimum is 1 inch, give or take, which means 2. But 2 inches, it to me is like crazy. Like I couldn't even imagine my foundation being off by 2 inches. So if it's off 1/8 here and there, I'll take that. But honestly, I think it's like a 1/16 inch off. It'll take 2 full days to do this huge footprint with all these extra bump outs like behind me. I have my porch, so it was extra work here and then extra work over there. But with 2 guys, you could bang this out pretty quickly. And you save money because I have all the #2s as my base, and then I have 2.5 inches of #1s around the perimeter. I still have plenty of 1s left over if they need it, or when I do the garages, I'll need some #1s, but I think I'm definitely good with the 1s. I still have a ton of 2s left over, so I'm about 400 tons in of stone total on this, which is a lot of stone, man. When the walls come, it's gonna be like Christmas morning for me, and I'm like so excited. I can't. It's like gonna be crazy to me. Like it's actually gonna be happening. I hope you're learning how to install these Superior walls. I think this is the best way to do it. Again, there's nothing on the internet about doing this. They just, excavators doing excavator things, coming in, throwing in stone, calling it a day. I just don't understand that. I think there's more to it to make it really right. Just can't believe this is going to hold the whole foundation, but there's the science behind it. And I'll catch you next time.
It's the next day. Look how much we got done. We got a lot leveled off. It is so on the money. I can't wait for these foundation walls to go in. I hope Superior Walls likes it. This is a tedious process. I actually recommend everyone to do it this way because at least you know you're going to have a nice level setup. So let's get on to today.
We're basically done. We got about 15 feet to go. That means I have to get the skid steer out of here. So what I'm gonna do now is, everything's all nice and level. I'm gonna flatten out this gravel and then we're gonna finish this off. But I'll grab all the ones from that pile right there. That was my plan. That means the skid steer's out of here. Big day. All right, let's finish this up. Finished all the grading, and then I started marking everything out again, and there's something off, and I don't know what's going on. I am like 5 inches off on one of my main pits that I have for the foundation. So I think it's a square issue, because I moved everything 12 inches this way, and it makes no sense. So I think I need to move my stakes this way a little bit, because right now I think they're too this way. So if I move this way, it'll move the whole house. Because the issue I'm having is it's at the end of the house from here. This is so hard when it's such a big footprint. It's so sad because this is all nice and level. And I'm stepping on it, and it's just hard. Everything is hard, not for the weak of heart. And that's it for today. And I messed up my time lapse, but I have 3 more days to figure it out. That's the good thing. The bad thing is I'm just very annoyed. Let's go over to what the issue is real fast. Right there is that flag. We moved 12 inches over this way. Now, if I had that flag initially right over here, and the property I went this way with that flag, or this moved over more because the square was this way, I wouldn't have an issue. But I think I'm off on that back wall. And you know, people say get surveyors, but I would need a surveyor like every day, every other day. I don't know how much that would cost. It would probably cost me $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, which to me is kind of crazy. It's just when I dug this out, I think I was a little bit different on the square off that back wall. So that's it. It's just very annoying. It's funny. One of my buddies was like, "Did you get a surveyor?" And I was like, "No." And he laughed. He's like, "Well, watch." He's like, "You're gonna have fun." Because it's so hard and it's very frustrating to deal with, laying everything out. And it's true. I think out of everything I've done here, constantly trying to lay everything out has been the hardest. I've had my wife here, my worker here. How many times have we done this?
Too many.
This is like probably the 10th time, but every time we do it, it's because it's a different situation going on. Now I have everything nice and level, so I could get like really good measurements. And my measurements are so close. It's just right here. This one freaking pit. So I don't want to have an issue where I build a wall and it's not on the 50 inches of gravel. Well, it's actually 58 inches of gravel. It'll be like off by like this much, and then I could have a heave issue, and I don't want that. This is long-winded, but if you're doing this, laying out is definitely the hardest part. Harder than excavating. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and look at my hands, covered in chalk. I will catch you next time. It's been raining all day today, and I came to check on the property, and look what I found. I wanted to check out the daylight drains and how they're doing, and you could see that they're both moving. I mean, it's a trickle, but obviously it's working, because look at the grade. It's probably almost 5.5, 6 feet down from here. Well, that's how important that is. All that water, if these drains, the daylight weren't in, all that water would just be accumulating in the foundation, which would be a huge problem. So at least I know the flappers are working the right way. And I'm pretty much staked out. I was really upset the other day, but I had a reset. Let's look at that right now. The biggest concern I had was this right here. Now it's right smack dab in the middle of my trench into all the other trenches. But I do need to move it maybe like 2 inches that way, and we should be good to go. But you can see, I'll go up top and you can see the footprint of the house. You can see the pink line. I'm just gonna move it over and tilt it just a little bit that way, and we should be really good to go. It's another inch of rain that's gonna fall on everything. Such a shame. This was all dry yesterday, and now it's just wet again, so oh well. that box had to happen. I'm gonna get into why. Today was just completely horrible. Rained all day. Silent J soaked. I'm soaked. And look how much we had to dig out. I'll show you a picture of how deep this was. And it wasn't on the plans about what to do here, and I had to figure it out. Thankfully I did it, because if they put the superior walls in, I would have lost all of my footings everywhere. It would have been a disaster. But this box is for my deck. Like I said, we'll get into it tomorrow. It's just super wet, so catch it tomorrow.
This is one negative of superior walls. As you can see, the box down yonder, all the stone holds up the foundation. Now, if you disturb a lot of the stone, your foundation will move. So if you have a column super close to the foundation within 2 feet, you're most likely digging out where your stone is, and it's just going to keep coming out. And that's what happened to me yesterday. So I was like, oh man, I need to make this right before the superior walls go in, because if I don't do that, we're going to have a problem. So that is a negative of superior walls. So if you do have a close place where you need to dig a footing that's close to the foundation wall, make sure you build a box and do it beforehand. This is my first time doing it. I didn't know. I like to be forward thinking, and I saw the problem and I rectified it. So that's where we're at. Basically going to be ready to have the foundation walls coming in, I think, in the next day or two.
It's a sunny morning. This is it. Tomorrow, foundation goes in. Box looks really good. I'm going to finish compacting this down. What a pain in the neck. And you can see the line right there. It's right in the middle of the trench. Same thing over here. It's just like perfection. So everything worked out, and this is the end game. So let's get this done, and then we'll move on and prep for the superior wall cranes. I'm scraping the mud. I still have the road base to put on, so that'll firm it up really well once I scrape the mud off. We're good to go. And then over there, we're nice and dry. We're winding down here. Got most of the road base down, if you can see right there. I think that's pretty good for them. I don't know how much more I can do. We're just moving the spare road base to the corner just in case they need a few spots here and there that need to be higher or something. It's game time. All this work, 1 month of craziness, and it all happens tomorrow. The superior walls guy, 4th trip today was a surprise trip just to make sure everything was good, and we did some measurements, and I was on the money on one cross section. We whipped out the measuring tape to see if my lines were good. I didn't do it like that. I did it through square. And the first one was on the money by 56 feet across. The second one was off a little bit by about 3-4 inches, and that's because there's a lot of little jags going down, which I always feel like I'm off a little bit anyway, but I'll take it. 3-4 inches, that's like nothing. So they're gonna come tomorrow. And then the biggest thing is it's getting another check so I can continue buying material and making moves and getting this house ready to go. So I'm gonna be poor on Thursday because I have to pay the superior walls guys. I'll let you know on Thursday how much it costs. I'll give you the breakdown on it. It wasn't cheap. So that's the update. So we're gonna mess around with the machines a little bit more, and then we'll call it a day. I'm not sure what else I could do besides dry this mud. Hopefully it dries up more tomorrow morning into the day, into the afternoon, so they could get over here, right here, and do what they have to do. This is it. It's go time. 1 month of... Today has been 1 month of us working on this. Moment of truth.